Fable 5 has dropped, the newest model from Anthropic, and I want to test how it goes for web design. On Twitter, I'm already seeing people do some amazing things, like have it play Pacman from start to end, finishing the game, or playing Monopoly, or rebuilding Lovable from scratch, or even building entire 3D models and interactive websites like this. For this video, I want to see how it performs at building websites from scratch, redesigning them, or making them interactive and award-winning. Let's find out. Here on Claude Desktop, I'm going to select Fable 5 and first ask it to create a website about itself. Here's the prompt. Design a website that's interactive, award-winning about Fable 5. It did some thinking and about 13 minutes of tokens, and here's what it came up with. This website, which already has interactive elements, this 3D butterfly with little dots, really great topography and color use, and it tells you a little bit about Fable and how it's different from the previous models. But a pretty cool website just to talk about what Fable is already. But let's actually push it a little bit further and see what it can create. This time, I'm going to head over to Claude Code and I'm going to give it an actual directory and ask it to create an award-winning website using things like Three.js and GSAP and see if it can create something truly immersive. After about 10 to 20 minutes, it came up with this design here. Let's check it out. It has this nice load in. They've created 3D assets, animations that are subtle, great topography with planets moving in and out as I scroll up and down. And this is probably one of the best looking websites I've actually generated from a single prompt. So this is pretty impressive. For the next test, I want to see if it can redesign a website. I've got this website here called TypeUI, and I want it to be rebuilt from the ground up. This is what it currently looks like. Let's see what Fable 5 can do when it comes to redesigning an existing website. This took a lot longer, and it's burned through quite a few tokens. It took about 20 minutes, but overall, it came out with this design right here. A nice loading. It has this really cool 3D effect with a custom mouse cursor that's happening in the background. Really good use of topography and color, as well as animation. Like these subtle things where they just fade in when you're viewing them. I really like how they've done a new visual representation of these design skills that you can now use in agents. And overall, I think this is a great redesign compared to the more static version that the website had previously. Now, since we're on this page, one of the things that you can do is use design skills these days with agents. And so that's what I want to do. I want to have a website that has this Pacman-like design aesthetic and use the design skill that is available here and plug this straight into Fable and see how it goes at understanding this design language and creating something of a Pacman design this time. Here it's pulled in the design skill, pulled in Three.js, and crafted this page right here. And what you might not notice is that it's built the entire Pacman game in 3D that is playable inside of the web browser. How cool is that? It's also built out the rest of the page using the design skill that I provided. So all up, a pretty good result for what I did with a single prompt again. Next up, I wanted to redesign a popular website. In this case, I wanted to redesign the Reddit web page. So I've got this prompt here and I've got a screenshot of Reddit, which I'm going to attach and see how it goes at redesigning this site. It did some thinking, took a look at the screenshot and the actual page and put together this design right here. For me, this was a little bit too brown, so I reprompted it to create a lighter version, and it came up with this design as the final result. And overall, I quite like this. It's a lot more minimalistic, straight to the point, but also a lot of the content is a lot more readable and easier to view. I haven't updated my portfolio in a while, so I'm going to ask it to create an award-winning portfolio for myself. And after a couple of minutes of thinking, it's come up with this design over here. Not too bad. It's got some good topography. It's got a hero section, which actually allows me to showcase how I do UI design, and a couple of other things pulled from my actual portfolio on the web. Finally, I've been seeing some really cool websites generated by AI models from this site called Motion Sites, where they copy over a prompt. And I want to test this out myself. So I'm going to copy the prompt here for this website here called Vanguard and plug this into Fable to see if it can recreate it. This one took a lot longer at around 20 minutes, but after it was done, it generated something pretty amazing, pretty much on par with what I was seeing online with AI models generating content with this animated background, all the buttons looking nice. Though it was just a landing page, I see a lot of potential for building websites with Fable in the future. So when it comes to web design, I think Fable 5 is probably one of the best models out there. It definitely did better than things I've seen from Gemini and even from ChatGPT. So I'll be really excited to see how it goes for coding in the future as well. I want to test it out in terms of things like Claude Code, as well as just plugging it into VS Code as well as Cursor and just try coding with it daily. Let me know what you guys think so far in the comments below.